Anyone can remember? Sets, definitely. And I gave you all some homework, didn't I? Or I made it optional. What did I say?
You said we could take a picture, and if you want to do it.
Okay, so I made it optional. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna continue on where we started with these word problems without the universal set. Alright, so we're gonna do the word problems without the universal set, like we did yesterday. Alright. Okay, so let's let me share my screen with you all. Alright. Alright, so okay, so let me know if you can see my screen.
It's visible.
It is visible. Very good. Okay, so let's begin. So this is number 2. I don't know if this was the one that I scheduled for homework. I know we did this one yesterday with the awards. Alright. But today we're gonna complete this worksheet and then move on to something else. Okay, so let me copy this one. And so we're gonna be looking at continuing on our sets journey, but this time we're gonna be looking at, like how we started yesterday, we're gonna be looking at word problems. Okay, so how do we really use the sets idea to organize our material, to organize our work when we're doing these word problems? And so let's begin. So someone is asking again to join. Okay, so let's begin. So it says, write this question down for me. It says, during a buffet breakfast, 41 diners picked up cups of coffee. 33 diners opted for juice. 11 diners choose both. Draw a Venn diagram based on the information provided. So quickly do that. Based on yesterday, what we did yesterday, I'm sure we know how to do something like this. But let's deal with answering this. So first I'm going to draw the box. Notice that they didn't tell us how much diners in all, but we do know how much was in both. So 11 was in both. So let's make sure I put our universal set. We could put it there. The first one, it says 41 diners opted for coffee. So we're going to use, what letter are we going to use for the coffee?
The
C.
The letter C, right? And we only use that just so that we can get an idea of, just to keep. We could use A or we could use B, but it'll just be easier in our minds if we use the letter that begins the word.
Could you have
And
used whole work?
no, you never use the word whole. I mean, you can use the whole word because it's just the name of a set, but let's just stick to letters. Diners. So we had some for coffee and then some for juice. And because they tell us that because they tell us, pardon?
You have to subtract.
Yeah, we have to subtract. But what I'm saying is because they tell us that we have 11 in both, that means that we know that there's going to be an intersection. All right. If they didn't tell us nothing in both, then we're going to have to draw in disjoint sets. That means sets that do not touch. But because we know that there's some in both, we have to draw an intersection. So 33 diners opted for juice. So we're going to label that J. Now, it's very important to note that this 41 is all of the ones that go in that opted for coffee, including the 11 that chose both. So if we wanted, let's go on this side. So if we wanted C only, how would we find C only?
You subtract, take away 11 from 41.
Very good. So it's going to be 41 minus 11. And the reason why we use 11 is because, anyone can tell me? Why do we use 11?
Because that's how much in both.
Because that's how much in both. Very good. So 41 minus 11, that's going to give us what? 30?
30.
So, yeah, so 30 is in. In fact, even before we do this, I think it's very important just to put in what's in the intersection first. 11. All right, so they give us that, so we know for sure that's an intersection. And then 30 would be in C only. Next, we need J only, right? So J only. So
22.
J only. You got 22?
22. Yes,
so it's going to
I
be 33 minus, sorry, it's going to be equal to. Miss Alicia, was this one assigned homework or no?
That's the one I sent you earlier.
Okay, all right. So 33 minus 11, and that's going to be equal to 33 minus 11. That's 22. So 22. So J only is 22. All right. So all right.
C only C prime and this exact J.
No, C only. Very close though. Is C intersect J prime. All right. Okay. So let's see. So 30 people only got 30 people only got 30 diners only got coffee, 22 got juice, and 11 got both. All right, and if we add 30 and 11, that gives us the 42 that we needed the 41 that we needed for the coffee. And if we add 11 and 22, that gives us the 33 that we needed. All right. So let's answer the questions based on this particular.
Someone might need it.
Say it again. Oh, someone mic is on.
Passionate.
Gator, make sure mute your mic for me, please. All right. So based on the Venn diagram, let's answer the following questions. Okay. So the first question says, how many diners? So write these questions down for me. And once we're done, I want to see your set and I want to see these answers. Send them to me once you finish. Once you're completed. Okay, so how many diners preferred to drink only coffee?
30.
30, very good.
Diners.
Very good. So 30 diners. So they're asking us for C only. All right. They say how many diners prefer to drink only coffee? That's C only. Only coffee. All right. We're not talking about those who drink coffee and those who drink juice. Not 11. Only coffee. Yes, ma'am.
So that would be like C intersect J prime, I think?
Yes, C intersect J prime. Yeah. Okay, so find the total number of diners that were present at the buffet. All right, so find the total number of.
Yeah,
that were present at the. Okay, so we add all them together. So it's gonna be 30, right? Plus 11 plus 22. So that's gonna be. What is 30 plus?
63.
You said 63? All right. So 30 plus 11 plus 22.
I don't know if they're right. I got it in my head.
How you get 63?
Wow.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's correct. 63. 63 diners. All we did was add them. How many diners did not consume coffee?
22.
Very good. 22. So they're asking for those who only consume juice. All right.
J only.
J only. That's another way to ask for J only. So this one is asking us for J only. This one is asking us for C only. Okay, so it's important to know how to it's important to see the question, to see the answers, and see what they're talking about. So 22. How many did not consume coffee? These consume coffee because that's the only thing they consume. They in the set C. These consumed both coffee and juice, so they still consume coffee. So the only ones that did not have any coffee was the one who got the juice only. All right, is that clear for us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so send
Crystal.
in, yeah, Crystal. So send in the the notes for me. Let me see where you are. So the universal set, even though it was not given, we were able to determine it just based on information given. The universal set would be what? 63. It contains 63.
You'll have to go in the chat because I already sent it to you, Miss Vicky.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right. Thank you, Miss Cooper. Thank you, Miss Pennerman. All right. Okay, so thank you, Miss Ricardo. Sorry, not Ricardo. Thank you, Miss Johnson. That's the name. Okay, so we good with this. So let's check if our answer was right anyway. Yes, they're absolutely correct. Okay.
So we had to put the diners too.
The word diner. You could put that. I mean, here, they making an official solutions manual, so of course they have to be very formal. But if you just put 30, they wouldn't mark you wrong, but better you put 30 diners. All right. I'm just being formal here. Okay, so all right, so we did one with no universal set. Let's do one with a universal set. Okay, so this one, we're doing it with the universal set. Okay, so draw the Venn diagram. So please write down this question. It says draw Venn diagrams based on the data provided and answer the questions that follow.
This the one we doing?
This is the one that we're doing, yes. Okay, so this is our question for today. So 20 students, so the question reads as follows. 20 students in a group of 40. There is it, right? They tell us immediately. They tell us that the group has how much students in total?
40.
40. All right. So 20 students, but 20 out of this 40. So 40 is the what? 40 is the
Universal set.
close. 40 is the cardinality of the universal set. 40 is the this is a very good word. Cardinality. All right. Cardinality just means how much is inside the set. So the universal set contains 40 elements. Okay. So let me erase all. So 20 students in a group of 40. Let me allow this person to come in. Sorry.
You say cardinality is the universal, the number universal set?
No, I'm saying cardinality is the word that we use to tell us how much is in a set. So for example, if I have a set, like for example, if I have a set, like say B, right? And the set has 5, 6, 8, and 2, right? And I say, what is the cardinal number of the set, right? The cardinal number of the set is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Just basically the number of elements in B. It's just another way of saying that. So
that's like saying how much numbers in the set.
yeah. So the cardinality of our universal set is 40. So basically the number of elements inside our universal set is 40. That's all I meant to say. So 20 students in a group of 40 at dawn high elect for 20 students in a group of 40. So we know it's 40 students in total. And 20 of this 40 at dawn high elect for a course. So at dawn high, comma, should have got a comma there. Elect for a course in statistics. And they're telling you to use S for statistics. All right. So in this case, you shouldn't label your set anything else other than statistics. Yeah. 11 take up linear algebra. I had to do linear algebra and statistics in undergrad. Nice courses, L, 5 students enrolled for both courses. Represent the data in the Venn diagram below. All right, so it's pretty easy. Pretty easy here. Let's draw a Venn diagram. We're going to start with
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
So all I mean is that so that means like when you add the two numbers and when you add S in the middle, you should get 40 or something like that.
When you add everything inside the set, you should get 40.
Oh.
All right. When you add everything inside the set, you should get 40. Now, the reason why I'm able to draw this in an intersection is because they tell me that my intersection has what? 5 students in it. Okay. So I do have an intersection. My intersection is not empty. In fact, it has 5 students inside of it.
So what
I'm
if
going
it
to
don't
use.
have an intersection?
If it don't have intersection, they will do 2 disjoint sets. Okay.
Okay.
So capital S is going to be used for statistics, right? For linear algebra, what letter are we going to use?
L.
L, very good.
L.
And for our universal set, what letter are we going to use?
U.
U equals what?
40.
Equals 40. So our
We could put it
universal
in
set.
the
Say it again.
Put my mic on, but you could put it in the corner like where the U usually is be, or put it on top.
In actuality, the U don't even usually be on the corner here. It usually be on top. In the ones that we saw in these exercises, they put it here. That's not usually the case. It's usually on top.
Okay.
So we know that 5 students enroll in both courses. So where are we going to put the 5?
Where they intersect in the middle.
In the middle, yeah. So 5 is going to go here because they say 5 students enrolled in both courses. All right. Okay, so all right. But we know 20. We know 20 from that group. So let's figure it out. Let's try to figure out S only. So S only is going to be what?
40 minus 20.
No, Mom.
15.
How you got 15?
20 from 5.
Yeah, 20 minus 5. And the reason why it's 20 minus 5 is because they told us that 20 students take up statistics, right? So 20 students in all take up statistics, but we know that 5 students are in both. So if we want only the students who took up statistics, like that's the only thing that they took, then it's going to be 20 minus 5, and that's going to give us 15.
Now that they add that universal thing, I know what I was saying. Because I told you, because you done that since they had that.
No, 15 L. Good. Now, we already know that that's 15. Now we need to figure out what is L only.
Is it 20?
15 to 35.
Yeah, is it what?
No, I was just asking if it's 20 or not.
6?
20?
6?
6? No, I wouldn't say it's 6. All in all, we're trying to get what? What should it add up to?
25.
No.
You wouldn't subtract for that one then?
So you
5 from 11?
All in all, we know we're supposed to get 40.
40.
it's
So you
All in all.
subtract from one side and then subtract from the next side?
it's
That's the
what you
thing. I'm
So
trying to figure.
it,
Go ahead.
it should be.
it should be 20 for
So what I
L.
have is on
Oh,
S is
oh,
15.
15 plus
oh.
5 plus 20
No,
equals
no, no.
40.
I didn't see this line. They say 11 take up linear algebra. You can't forget that. 11
That's
take
how
up
it's
linear.
supposed to
Yeah, 11 take up linear algebra. So that means that in order to get L only, it's going to be 11 minus what? 5.
5.
5.
What is 11 minus 5?
6.
6.
11 minus 5 is 6. 11 minus 5 is 6. So this is going to be 6. Okay, good.
You put the 14 outside of the 2.
Okay. And so we already know what S only has. We already know what L only has. Now the thing is, this is not equal to 40. Because if you look at it, right, 15 plus 5 is
20.
20.
20.
20 plus 6 is
26.
26. So the number of elements in the union of these two, or in everything inside this thing right here, that actually took a course, all of them combined is 26. So that means that there are some students who didn't take statistics and or linear algebra. So that means that some people are not included inside these two sets. And we know that because in the entire class there's 40, but in the persons who either took statistics or linear algebra, there's only 26. And so in order to figure out what goes on the outside, we'll have to say, now there's a way we could write that, but I don't want to complicate things, but
40 take away 26.
we could do that. We could say that. We could say 40 take away 15 plus 5 plus 6 is going to be equal to 40 minus 26, which is equal to what?
14.
14. So 40 minus 26 equals to 14. So on the outside we get 14. Okay, so with this information, we are able to answer the questions now. So we have everything we needed for our
So
diagram.
you
Now
added
we
to,
say it again.
so you added to the 26 to get the 40.
Yeah, because think about it. Yeah, 14. When we add up everything, we should get 40. So 15, 5, 6, and
Yeah, you
14.
get 40. That's why I asked if you're supposed to add it to get 40 for the set who didn't take none of the courses.
Yes, definitely. You're supposed to. All right. So next up, let's go to the actual question. So we completed the data. We completed the Venn diagram. Now let's
Mr.
let's
P, mark on it. I want to take a picture.
no problem. Give me one moment. Let me just paste this out. Any questions before I move on to the other one? You want? Excuse me. Any questions before I go?
Any question?
I mean not any question. Any relevant questions or correlated
Well, I
questions?
did have I have a question, but it's kind of I could kind of fit it into this. I was curious if they
Oh,
did statistics and linear
Mr.
algebra in high
P,
school.
go back, please.
that's interesting, right? Who was saying telling me go back? Someone's
Sorry.
Zaria. The one who's being on her birthday. Wow. That's a major accomplishment, man. Alright. Let me go back for you, Zaria. Okay. So we got what S only was. S only was, it's saying S only. So S only equals 25 minus 5, which gives us 15. L only is going to be 11 minus 5, which gives us 6. And to figure out what goes in the on the outside, we're going to say 26, excuse me, minus 40, which is going to give us 14. Okay,
Mr.
so,
P,
yes, sir.
why did you subtract everything with 5?
Say it again.
Why did you use 5 to subtract numbers?
The reason why I use 5, good
Why did you?
question. Why didn't I use, you're gonna say why didn't I use something else? Let me tell you why I use 5. Because they're saying that 5 students enrolled in both courses. Alright? So if 5 students enrolled, let's just look at say something like this, right? We know that this entire thing is S. But we know that part of S contains people that is also in L. You see what I'm saying? But I want S only. I want S only. I don't want it with the part that also took statistics and linear algebra. I want S only. So in order to get S only, I must say 20 minus the 5 that is in both. You see what I'm saying?
I listen.
Okay. Alright, so that's why I say 20 minus 5, because if I do 20 minus 5, then I get 15. And 15 is the ones who only take statistics. Then the another 5 is going to be those who take statistics but also take linear algebra.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? Alright. Okay, so let's answer these questions. How many students opted only for statistics?
15.
15.
15. Very good. This S only right here, 15. Good. Find the number of students who have opted to study at least one of the two courses.
Would that be 21?
No, not 21. Close though.
How? So you wouldn't add the statistics on liner
Is it
20?
26?
26. When they say find the number of students who opted to study at least one, all they're saying is tell us what is 15 plus 5 plus 6. Because at least one means that, yeah, at least one means that they either did statistics alone, or they either did linear algebra alone,
Or they
or
did
they did
both.
both. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so it's 15 plus 5
It's
plus
26.
6.
Okay.
26, yeah. So 15 plus 5 plus 6, 26. Okay. And C comes naturally. C says how many students have opted for either of the two courses. Sorry, how many students have not opted for either of the two courses?
14.
14, because 14 is what? That's on the outside. Okay. But hopefully you can appreciate that the Venn diagram is a very nice way to summarize all this information. See how much words we had to use just to say what we said with just 2 circles and some numbers inside of it?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Like, with all, we had to use all these words just to say what this diagram tells us in a snapshot. 14 people outside, 5 in between, like 15 on one only, this one on the next one only, and 40 altogether. Like, this is just a wonderful image. I'm just surprised at that. Like, wow, like this one little thing could tell us so much information. It's just so small, yet so powerful. Okay, so send me in this one. This is the second one. Send me this exercise. Let me see what you're doing.
And who make the Venn diagram?
Who made the Venn diagram? I don't know who was responsible for making the Venn diagram. I don't know who's responsible I don't know who's responsible for making the Venn diagram. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But I don't know if it's more of a one person or collective. I don't know. But whoever is responsible for that, kudos. Hestiny,
Yes, sir.
are you here?
Yes, sir.
You understand what's happening?
Yes, sir.
I don't hear you that much. What's happening? You sure you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay. Alright then. Okay. I need to hear from you more often. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so let's answer next one. So number 2. Alright. Copy them all down. So we can start with number 2. And the reason why I want you to write these notes, some person will be like, why do we have to write notes? Why do we have to do it? It's because it's good for when you're reviewing. So when you're reviewing and you have all these things in one place, at least you have an idea of, okay, I remember we did this, and I remember we did that. I remember we did that. Instead of when you're trying to review, like, a day or two before the exam, and you're just trying to get a general sense of what's happening, if you don't have them all in one place, you're going to be wondering, like, I know we did sets, but man, that was in January, and I know we did something, but I can't remember. And then you're gonna message me and say, Mr. Petit, can you send me this exercise and this exercise? But put them all in one. That's why I encourage you all, get a book. Every question that I put, whether you find it easy or hard, put it inside your book. All right, so that you can have something that you can quickly use to revise, and also when you have to come back to this, right, again. And so make sure you have these things written down. And writing it is better than just seeing it, because
And it's fine. It's fine if we put in our own words, right?
Yeah, it's fine. That's okay. That's your notes.
Because instead of writing that long thing with just asking for S only, I just write the S only, you know.
Um, I understand what you're saying, but it's good to put it in their language. The reason why I said it is because they could have just put S only, right? But then you lose, it's just too easy, all right? So it's a reason why they phrase the question in such a way. And so if you find that to be helpful, something that you need to consider, then write it down.
Yeah, but I think along the lines of like, if you don't know it, then you wouldn't know it.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But we write notes for the sake of completeness. You understand? Record keeping more so than more so than difficulty level. So it's better than mine. Okay, so in a group of 24 students, 11 are avid golfers. So you're going to use G for that. 9 of them play baseball, that's B. 2 play both sports. Represent the data in the Venn diagram below. So again, we have to construct a Venn diagram for ourselves. So they gave us information, and then we have to construct a Venn diagram based on the information that is given. So let's do it. This is supposed to be similar to like the first one. Here we are given the universal set. It contains how much?
24.
24.
24, right? In a group of 24 friends.
Is that the cardinality?
The cardinality of the universal set, yeah. Okay. So do we have intersection?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So 2 play both sports. G is golfers, so we're gonna put G there. And we're gonna use B for baseball, so we're gonna use this B here. Alright, the universal set contains
24.
24 golfers. Alright. Now here we're trying to find out golfers only. So G only. So let's do that. G only. So how much people who only play golf?
Would it be
Now
9?
9.
9.
Well, we know what's in the intersection. The intersection has 2, right? 2
Yes,
play
sir.
both sports. So
Yes, sir.
2 is gonna be an intersection. And we know that in total we're supposed to get how much?
24.
No, I mean in total.
11.
11. In total here we're supposed to get 11. So we have to add 9
Plus 2.
to 2 to get 11. So 9 plus 2 gives us 11. Putting that in working form, we just subtract 11 minus 2, which gives us 9.
9.
Next up, we have B only. We want B only.
That's 7.
So B only is going to be
7.
Say 7. Well,
7,
we know
yes.
that
Uh-huh.
in total it's supposed to be what? 9 of them playing
9.
baseball. Yeah.
Right.
So if we want
7.
to add, what can we add to the
7.
2 to give us 9? Yeah. 7.
7.
7.
Yeah, 7. So it's gonna be 9 minus what? 2, which equals
2.
2?
7.
7.
Then we add them together, see if we get 24.
Okay, so is it 24?
No,
No.
so
No, clearly no.
just
So that
subtract.
means that, so we have 9, 2, and 7. So that means
That's
that we need
18.
to figure out what's on the outside.
18
So
6.
on the
and
outside,
26.
6 will be on the outside.
you're saying 6? Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
That'll be 26. Sorry, 24
24.
minus
Yeah.
minus 9
8.
plus 2 plus 7. So it's going to be 24 minus, what is 9 plus 2 plus 7?
18.
18.
Well, 9, 10, 11. What is 9 and 9?
Yep.
Right.
18. And 24 minus 18.
6.
6.
Okay, good. So that's how much is on the outside. Okay, so using that information, let's go ahead and answer this particular question. Alright, so the question states here, how many of them play only golf?
9.
9.
9, definitely. So write these questions down, please. Like I said, for record keeping, make sure you have a good record of what's happening, and for study purposes. So write them down for me, please, and then once you finish, send it to me as well. So find the number of friends who play sports. Find the number of friends who play sports other than golf and baseball.
6.
6. Very good. They want the ones that do not play golf and baseball. But they play other sports, but they don't play golf and baseball. Right? So they are outside of this set.
So
So
it's
it's
with I
6.
have a question.
Uh-huh.
So when they add a universal set or whatever, it can always be something outside.
No, it don't have to be something. It
Most
don't
of
have
the
to be,
time.
because remember we had a universal set the last time, but we just had to determine it ourselves. Like for this one, the universal set was actually 63. At least the number of elements in a universal set was 63, but we didn't have none on the outside. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it
I
could
mean,
be
like
like that.
they give you one like most of the times it's
Yeah,
even.
most of the times, they want you to have something on the outside. Yeah. So number of friends who play sports other than golf and baseball would be 6. How many of them prefer to play only baseball?
7.
7. And this is my question for you all, D. How many of them play both baseball and golf?
2.
2. Very good. 2.
Teacher
Alright, good. So take.
Benedict,
Yes, ma'am.
can I be excused, please?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Alright, so take that down for me and send it to me right when you're done. Miss Johnson, Natalia Johnson, make sure I put the box, okay, around. Make sure I put the box around the set, okay? Thank you, Miss Cooper. Denari, same thing, please. Denari rule. Make sure I put the box around the set. All right, the two circles. Make sure I put a box around it. Don't just have the two circles flying them, flying in the middle of the air, just like that. Kiante, I haven't received anything from you. Can you send me some notes, please? Thank you, Miss Penniman. All right, thank you, Julia Raming. Thank you, Mr. Forbes. Thank you, Time and ATMs. All right, so let's continue. Thank you, Mikkel. And thank you, Nixon. All right, so let's continue. So this was a pretty easy ones. You know it ain't gonna be that easy. For BJC, yeah, I could see it being like this. BGCSE, y'all ain't gonna pass through like that. It ain't gonna be this easy. But this is definitely foundational. Okay, so let's get into word problems still, but this time with 3 sets. Okay, word problems still, but this time with 3 sets. Trois. All right, so let's consider this question. So please write this down. So we gotta make the Venn diagram based off of this information. Okay, so draw a Venn diagram based on the data provided and answer the questions that follow. So we're going to take our time with this so that everyone can understand what's happening. All right. So
This
it
one was
says,
a BCSE.
yeah, yeah. So my BGCSE students, make sure to pay close attention. BJC students, just take this as extra information that you will soon need to know. All right. It says the launch of a new supermarket in downtown New York was publicized through direct mail. So it was publicized through 3 methods: direct mail, the internet, and the television. So they're going to open up a new supermarket in downtown New York, and they're going to they publicize, they spread out that information using mail, internet, and television. All right. Which one do you think was more effective? Mail, internet, or television?
Internet or television?
Internet.
Television.
Television.
Internet.
All right.
Internet.
So none with
Internet.
mail. All right. You don't always need internet to watch television now. You could have cable. Okay. A
Well, it
total.
depends on the time they do this. They're
Yeah, it
available.
depends. Yeah, it depends on
You
what
got
time.
30 minutes.
Yeah, if it's around now in our age, television and
Internet.
internet are the more, used options or media outlet or media platforms. At any rate, it says a total of 119 customers received direct mail. What did they give us here?
The conda something.
Mhm.
Cardinality.
The cardinality of the universal set. So they told us how much elements in our universal set. I must admit, this type of question is very easy. And for those persons who are taking the BGCSE, don't expect it to be easy as this. They tell you everything. And they tell you everything straight up. Like there's no real like they just tell
So
you
you're
everything.
saying they only want us to plot the Venn diagram.
They really I mean I haven't done this question before, so I don't know what's the nuance, but it ain't that hard because they give us too much information. Um
In the
anyway,
BGC, they wouldn't tell us nothing. You just have to figure it out.
they wouldn't tell you all of this now. They tell you everything. They go ahead and I give you one where it's less information, so you can see what I mean. You can see, and they tell you it straight up, like you don't even have to think too hard. You know what I mean? Um,
So
But
when
I
you're
mean,
ready.
I guess they saying once you at this level, you should already know the basics. So let's skip the formalities.
no, it's not formality. It's that's what makes the question difficult. You know what I mean? When you have to think through it. So here, um, so this is I like this question because it's a good introductory question. It's nothing hard to do. It's a good something good and something that is good for introductory purposes. Like, we just getting into it. It's our first question like this, so it's a good question. So that's why it's good to use. But as we go on, you'll see what I mean by um more difficult questions. Okay, so here they give us the cardinality of the universal set. They tell us how much inside all. 131 customers learned about the launch through internet. So 131 got the news through internet. 140 got to know about it through television. 25 customers were aware of the launch through direct mail and the internet, but not television. 19 of them came to know of it through direct mail and television, but not the internet. 27 customers through the internet and television, but not through direct mail. And 16 customers heard about it from all three sources. Okay, so let us construct our Venn diagram. I'm gonna do it right here. Now you know that you're gonna have three circles because it's three sets. Those who heard about it from direct mail, we're gonna call that. What letter are we gonna use for that?
D
D.
D.
or M for male.
Or M for male. Internet,
I.
I, and television,
T.
T.
T. Okay. I like the M for male. I think that's more appropriate instead of the direct. The male is more pronounced, so let's use M for male.
And we won't be able to use two letters, DM.
I mean, you can. I saw that used before, but don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
So we usually do it with respect to how they come. So what I mean is, in the order that they give us it, that's how we usually order our set. So the first one we're gonna call male because that's what came first. The second one, you're gonna call that I for internet. Let me use a different color. Let me use something say like blue. And then the third one is going to be, let's say, green for television. Is Nancy here?
Nope.
That's strange. This is a good time to take the attendance, Let me do it now. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so 119 customers in 119 customers in all. So that means our universal set is going to contain 119 people. A good thing to plot out right away is the intersections. All right, I think that's pretty easy. So plot out the intersections. I would say start with the intersections first. Like how to say 16 customers spread about from all three sources. I would plot that first. Okay, I would put that first. Then they tell us 131 customers learned about it through the internet. So, excuse me. So all of this whole thing right here is for the internet. And that's going to be 131 customers. All right, all of this whole one, all of I. 140 got to know it through advertisements on television. So 140 through advertisements. So all of this for T, everything in here, all of this is going to be 140. All right. 25 customers were aware of the launch through direct mail and the internet, but not television. So they got it through mail and internet, but not television.
So 16 to the
So
left.
where would this go? Where would 25 go? They say they got it through
Above
direct
16.
mail. Above 16, because
Above 16.
they say they got it through direct mail and
But
internet,
not television.
Oh,
but
I
not
thought they got it
television.
from television, but not internet.
Yeah, not television. So it'll have to be this intersection right here. The intersection
Right.
between mail
On
and
internet.
internet. So this is going to be 25. Like I say, do your intersections first. They're usually the ones that you can do first. All right? So do your intersections first. 19 of them came to know it through
Direct mail and
direct
television.
mail
Television.
and television, but not
Internet.
the internet. So that'll be
To the
mail,
bottom.
To the left of
television.
16.
Left of 6.
Yeah, exactly. Mail and television, but not internet. So all we want is mail and television. Okay?
It's right there.
Mail and television. So mail and television is going to be, it's going to be what?
19.
19. Any questions? Because I don't want to lose anyone.
Yeah, I had a question for a while now.
Go ahead.
You see how we established the cardinality earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like the survey have more than what the cardinality is.
What do you mean, the 131 and the 140?
Yeah.
No. Remember, all of that is the intersections in them. So this includes the intersection.
Okay.
Yeah. This number includes intersection. Okay. All right. 27 customers were through the internet and television, but not through direct mail. So internet and television,
The
but
right of
not
6.
mail.
So I'll be on the right
So
side of 16.
right there. So internet, television, but not direct mail. So this one right there. Okay. So that's gonna be what, 27. This is
27.
internet and television. So 27 right there. Okay, so now we have our intersections out the way. So we're pretty good. This is an easy question, I tell you. When I tell you this easy, yeah. They tell you it straight out the way. They tell you it as is. And so this is a very good question for us to begin with. Now we want now we want M only. So M only. I only want M. M only. So how much in all in M? How much in all? If we add all of the M's, everything in M, how much is supposed to be in M? All of M, all together. How much? Who got it through direct mail? Did they tell us that information?
20. If you add 20.
No, they didn't tell
Would it
us.
be 60?
No, they didn't tell us. So we
I
can't
think
do.
Could add them up?
all in it.
19, 25,
Let's
and
do
15.
let's do internet. Let's do internet first. They told us internet, so let's do internet first. Let's do internet
Okay.
first. All right.
131.
Yeah. So internet is. Excuse me. All an internet is supposed to be 131, right?
Yes, sir.
So we know that all for internet is gonna be 131. But we only want I only. We only want this part, right? So we have to subtract 131 by the rest of these, the 25, the 16, and the 27. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Because
20.
we only want what's inside here. I mean, know that all it's 131. So we need to subtract
111.
these by 131. So it's going to be minus 25 plus 16 plus 17, sorry, plus 27.
111.
So 25, 16, and 27. Can you tell me? One moment, sorry.
111.
So 25 plus 16 plus 27. What is that? Let me add them. 25 plus 16 plus
So
27.
68.
That's 68, yeah. So 130 minus 68. Sorry. Is equals to
63.
63 is what you got. So 131 minus 63 is 68 rather. It's 63, yeah. So this is 63. So we can clearly see that 63 plus 25 plus 16 plus 27 is the 131 that they told us. All right, that's important. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
All right. Okay, so we understand how we got I only or internet only.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Petit,
Yes, sir.
the question saying after I only.
No, we're not done. The question asks us to complete the diagram. They said here, draw the Venn diagram. And you can't draw the Venn diagram. You can't complete the Venn diagram without answering I only. That's missing.
Oh, okay.
So that's a part of it. So before you go ahead and answer any of the questions below, make sure your Venn diagram is completed. Okay? It'll make it the world easier. Okay, so we already get I only. Now we need T only. And how are we gonna get T only?
You have to add 19, 16, and 27, and then subtract it from 140.
Yes. Okay, so let's do that. One moment, let me allow this person to get in. Okay, so we want excuse me, one moment. What else is this? Okay. So we want T only. And T only is gonna be, so T only,
78.
that's a television. So we're gonna take in all of those people who are supposed to be for
I
television,
guess 78.
which is
78.
140. So it's gonna be 140 minus open bracket
27.
19,
27.
16, and
And
27. We
27.
need to subtract these, right?
Yes.
19, 16,
And
and
27.
27. It's going to be equal to 140 minus
62.
19, 16, and 27. Yeah,
62.
62. 62. What is 140 minus 62?
78.
78.
78.
So T only is 78.
78.
Very good. Okay. Now we need to figure out what is M only. Oh, 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 oh. I figured, right? They said 119 is through direct mail.
Right.
They never said 119 is in the universal set. I took that to mean universal set, but they say 119 received it through direct mail. So 119 is not the universal set. Here, we're doing questions. It seems that does not have a universal set. Yeah, without universal set. So here they didn't give us no universal set for these ones. So the
So would
119.
we have to
So first of
label the
all,
universe?
go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was asking if we would have to figure out the universal set once we've already filled in the data.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's what
Okay.
that's what we have to do. So U is not equal to 19. So change that for me. Because we don't know what the
Okay.
universal set is yet. Alright. Okay, but we know we have one, but we don't know what it is yet. So that's
Right.
why I was trying to figure out how we gonna figure out what is in male.
Right.
But M only. So let's figure out M only. M only
M
is
only
gonna
is
be
69.
M only is gonna be equal to, well, we know how much in M, 119. So it's gonna
Right.
be 119 minus what? 25, 16, and 19. So all
19.
three of these, yeah, all three of these. 25, 16, and 19. So minus 25 plus 16
Plus 19.
plus 19. It's going to be equal to 119 minus
minus 50.
what is 25 plus 16 plus 19?
50.
I got 60. 25, 16, and 19. That's 60.
Oh,
So
yeah,
1,
60, sorry.
Got 60.
Yeah, 60, sorry.
so 59. Okay, so M only is going to be equal to
79.
59. Because 119 minus 60
Hold
is
on one second.
59. So we're going to put 59 right here. Okay, now we're good. Now we
Oh,
have,
59.
we good? So
Yes,
now
sir.
we're good. Now we have completed the Venn diagram. Okay, so that's good. And I want you all to send me your completed Venn diagram, please. Let me see how it's looking. Wow. Okay, so send me your completed. Nancy, you can live long, you know. Send me your completed Venn diagram, please.
I am so sorry for being late, honestly.
Yeah. I was like, where's Nancy?
Been having a rough day. I shut down. And someone walked over and woke me like legit.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Send in the Venn diagram for me, please. Ty Monique, very good. Ty Monique Davis, very good. Ashnet, thank you. Odisha Reckley, very good, very good, very good, Miss Reckley. You're keeping up very well. The rest of you, please send in the Venn diagram, the completed Venn diagram for me, please. So we're gonna use this Venn diagram to answer the questions, right?
Wait, did we find the universal set? The U?
No, we haven't. We haven't yet.
Mr. BT, we got to write
Yes.
down what we got to write down the questions because I guess
Yes,
they.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Write down the question, please. This is good
I'm
for
sorry,
notes.
what it was?
We didn't figure it out yet.
Oh, okay.
Julia Raming, change the universal set. It's not 119. It's not 119. Change it, please.
Oh, Mr. Potato, I forget to change it.
Okay, so what I want you to do now, what we need to do now, we need to figure out what is the universal set. The universal set is going to be what's in everything. So we got to count them individually. So 59 plus 25. So let's count. 59 plus 25 plus 63 plus 19 plus 16 plus 27 plus 78 is going to be 287. 287.
I got that too.
Okay, so that's the cardinality of the universal set.
Sorry with my shouting, I know that it's the answer.
Very good, Miss McKell. I like the working. Very good. Thank you, Miss Cooper. All right, so let's use this Venn diagram. So the Venn diagram is completed. Let me know when I can move from it. And so we can move on to the next one. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
No, so.
No,
No.
so
Take a screenshot of it for those who are just arriving so it wouldn't hold us back too much. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's All right. This one. Jerry. Someone whose screen name is Jerry. Can you type in the chat your full name, please? So I can have a record of that, please. The one who just came in, Jerry. Type in inside the chat your full name, please. Okay, so alright, so let's move on. Okay, so we're gonna use this Venn diagram to help us answer these particular questions. So this is the Venn diagram that we constructed, and so let's go ahead and whoa, oh, interesting.
So much questions to
Hold
it.
on, they the
Wow.
question. All the work we done do, they the question.
Wow.
I thought it was
Okay.
gonna be 3 questions.
Okay,
What?
so let me give you some hope. In your exams, they're not gonna run out like this, right? But um, we doing practice, so we have to give it a good snap, a good hit. Okay, so these are easy questions, so they're not hard. Okay. Okay, so let's answer the questions based on this Venn diagram. So the first question says, how many customers came to know about the launch of the supermarket only through advertisements on television?
78.
78. What's another way of asking the same question? This way.
T only.
T only. T only. So this question is asking us, what is T only? That is 78. Okay, because they're asking for television. Okay, those who only got it through television. Write down the number of customers who are aware of the inauguration only via direct mail.
59.
59. Very good. 59 because they only wanted through direct mail. Okay, so that's this portion. Only through direct mail. How many customers knew about the opening of the supermarket only through the internet?
63.
63.
63. 63. Very good. Are we clear on that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so this question is asking us for T only. This one is asking us for M only. This one is asking us for I only. Okay. Okay. Moving right along. So let me make a duplicate of this. Once we're done with this, I want to see your answers as well. So once we're done with everything. So D and E. So list down the number of customers who are aware of the launch of the supermarket, either through direct mail or the internet. Either through direct mail or the internet.
Would that be 19, 16, and 27.
They say list down the number. They use the wrong word. They say list down the number of customers who are aware of the supermarket either through direct mail or through the internet. They really mean, I know they might use the word list, but they really mean state. Okay? It's a bad word they use on their behalf. But they really wanted us to just state the number of customers who are aware of the launch either through direct mail or the internet. So here, what they asking us, right? So we want mail that people who learned about it either through mail or the internet. Now when you see they use that word or, they're basically saying they want M. Or means union. So they want M union I. That's what they're basically saying. So all of the elements in M union I. That's what they basically asking us for. So this is M.
Is the T prime?
Is the T prime?
Is it like T prime M union I?
No, they never said take away the television. That's the number who are aware of the launch
Is
of
it 25,
either
16?
through direct mail or the internet. They didn't say only, that's the thing.
I'm confused on that question.
Well, if we do 59, 25, and 63, we know this one was nail. We know this one was nail and in internet. We know this one was nail and internet. I mean, just internet. They didn't say only. That's the thing. Now, if they only want only, then they wrote the question wrong. But they didn't say only because they say list down the number of customers who are aware of the launch of the supermarket, either through direct mail or the internet.
I
They
guess
didn't
we could
say
just do
only.
only, Mr. Petit.
Pardon?
I guess we could just do only since they didn't really state it how they want to
No,
do
what
it.
I'm saying, they didn't say either through direct mail or the internet only. So that means that we could include television because that means we still could include these ones below because they didn't say only. Or they didn't say and not through television. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
so technically speaking, we should be able to do that. But let's answer it and see what the solutions say. If we answer it the way how it's written, we'd have to add everything in M and everything in I. Because that's literally
Yeah, I was wondering
mail.
if that's what they was meaning.
That's literally mail
Yeah.
and internet. Okay? Again, mail and internet. Okay? And
No
so
repeating, right?
so say it again.
So we wouldn't repeat it, right?
That's a good question. Also, to repeat it. No, these are not repeating. Once you see them like this, these are not repeating. These are
No,
distinct
I
people.
mean, would you add the 25 and 16 twice because they're like in the middle or no?
No, you would not it twice. Very good question. Added once. 59, 25, 16, 19, 63, 27. Alright, so that's my guess on that one. That's how I would do it. Based on how they answer the question, but we can always check the
All right.
solutions
Well,
manual.
my guess would be the top three only then. I like a little challenge.
59, 25, 63, 19, 16, and 27. Yeah, if we look at solely at how the question is written, um, they shouldn't want only the top three. If they did, they should have worded the question better than that. And so that's 209.
I get 200. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 209. Alright, so let's check the solutions manual for this. So we got the first. Okay, so did we have everything? 59, 25, 63. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
our Venn diagram is right. 78, 59, 63. Yeah, 209. Okay, so we were right. And it's for the same thing I told you. They didn't say do not include television. See what I'm saying? They didn't say list down the number of customers who are aware of the launch of the supermarket either through direct mail or internet without or and not television. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I get
because
you.
so because they didn't say that, we have to include everything, okay? Okay, so find the number of customers who came to know about the inauguration of the supermarket through the internet or television. So here we want the ones that received it through the internet or the television. What does or mean?
Union.
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 So I union T, the internet or television. And so we're gonna add up the internet, so all of this, and the television. Watch how I'm gonna do it, and all of the television. So you have to add up all of the internet. So all of
So
sorry, all of the
basically,
television.
we just leave a note M only.
Basically, just leaving out M only. Okay. So internet and the television. So let's add it. So that's gonna be, excuse me, 25. 25 plus 16 plus
228.
63 plus 27 plus 78. It's going to be equal to what?
228.
228? Why again 209 again?
Yeah, I got
25,
209 as well.
25, 16, 25, 16, 63, 27, 78. Yeah, I get 209.
Who leave with 19?
I leave out 19? Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't leave out 19. I shouldn't leave out 19. I should not leave out 19. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very good,
Thank
Ricardo.
you.
Thank you, Ricardo. I knew that. I just was testing you on me.
Yep, we always do know that.
Say
I'm
that.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Um,
So it is 228.
it is 228. Yeah. It is 228. Give me one moment.
Okay.
What about? I already eat. I already eat, mom. I already eat. I already eat, mom. Bye, mom. Bye, bye, bye. Close the door, please. Close the door. They can hear everything. Come on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Alright, so moving right along. So 228. So find the number of students, find the number of customers who came to know about the inauguration of the supermarket through the internet or the television. The answer is 228. Okay. Any questions on that before we move off of that anyway?
No,
No,
sir.
so
Okay, so all we did was added these two sets. Okay, so 228 customers is correct. What's the next question? How many customers were aware of the grand opening through direct mail or television? So that's basically what we did again. So again, they asking for the union. Sorry, let me do something else. I'm so sorry. Let me carry the whole thing. So what do you get for that one? Number F. If you tried it before, what you got for that?
Yeah,
Pardon?
I'm adding.
Oh, you're adding. Okay. Okay, so how many customers were aware about the grand opening of the supermarket, either through direct mail or the television? So remember when we say or, we mean union. So mail or television. So they want M union T. So that's all of, let me highlight it. All of this, all of that, along with what? Along with T, right? So all of that.
I
So
get 225.
this is what they want. So we have to add in all the ones for the add in all the ones that are highlighted in yellow. So it's gonna be 59. I'm sorry, let me move the highlighter. It's gonna be 59 plus 25 plus 19 plus 16 plus 27 plus 78. So 59, 25, 19, 16, 27, and 78.
Is it 204?
204,
224. 224.
224, 59 plus 25 plus 19 plus 16 plus 27 plus 78 is 224.
Ano mas pati doon naman na siya. Ano mas pati use na calculator.
No, of course I'm doing my with my head now. Of course. Yeah, I do. I wouldn't add them with my head.
Cool.
No. No. I'm not a human calculator. Alright. Alright, so 224. Okay, so next up. Wow. One question. One.
We could do like 5 BJC questions. No, we had to do this whole long.
One question. You know what I'm saying? What number we on? We on G, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after the use of these three modes, how many customers in all were invited for the inauguration?
287.
So after the use of all, say 287.
Would that be the universal set?
Yeah. They
Hmm?
asked, they're saying after the use of all three modes. So all three modes of advertisement would be the direct mail, that would be the internet, and that would be the television. So after we use all three of those modes, after we send emails, we send it through the internet, and we send it through television. After using all three modes of advertising, how many customers were all invited? So we have to add all of these together, and when we do that, that'll be
287.
15. Exactly, we get 287. That's 59 plus 25 plus 63 plus 19 plus 16 plus 27 plus 78. That gives us 287. Okay, 287. Sorry.
Is that the cardinality?
That's the cardinality of the universal set. 287. Now, not only the universal set have a cardinality now, any set have a cardinality.
So without the universal thing, it have a cardinality? Or no?
Cardinality just means number of elements,
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. When you say number, you just mixed me up just now.
Okay.
You mean counting numbers or the numbers of each? Like, because sometimes it ain't always numbers. It's like letters and shapes.
Okay, what's the cardinality of A?
5?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I mean.
So you just count all the elements in it.
Yeah.
So 278 is not the cardinality then. You mean
270.
287 or
It is the cardinality of the universal set.
Wait, Mr. Petit, but and now we just
but
count
shouldn't it be 8?
Shouldn't it be?
8.
No, 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 no. These numbers, very good question. These numbers are people, right? So even though they have M is 59, really and truly, we're saying that M has 59 elements, right? Because that's how much people inside M, 59.
Each
But
individual
how come in the example you showed just now where you had 1, 6, you don't count them and then add the A, B, A, C, and square.
Say it again.
Like you want join the 1 and 6.
I don't understand the question. Go ahead. I don't
He's saying
understand.
you ain't add.
I ain't
I don't
add
think you
what?
can add the squares and stuff like that. Like how you add 59 and all of them. Instead of just counting it and saying 8, you
Oh, that's
yeah.
because, like I told you all, M means that we have 59 here, means that we have 59. Is 59 people who was reached by the direct mail. All right. It was
So I don't count
263.
the other one.
So here I wouldn't say the cardinality of the universal set is 1, 2, 3. No, it doesn't stand alone. These ones we actually count in the individual persons. Now it's there. So M literally, if we were to represent it properly, M has let's say we have names of the people. So John, Henry, Forbes, Bethel, Joseph, and Brista, all the way up to 59. And similarly, this is M, right? And we had direct mail, and we had without internet. So internet would have Nixon, Adderley.
Okay, I understand this part, but that
Yeah.
one where you count it, when would you ever use the counting method?
Which one? This?
Yeah, like where you just count within the set. Like,
Yeah, we just did that. That's this.
So most of the thing you just count because like you can't
never mind, never mind, never mind.
Don't worry.
Or question, like how you list the names. If like it was in the set like that, then the cardinality you would like count them
Yeah.
individually
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is so the last one, the last question here is it's F H, sorry.
It's H.
So how many customers were aware? I like this one. How many customers were aware of the how many customers were aware of the supermarket's opening using at least two, right? At least two. At least two of the three modes. Okay. Okay, so this one is interesting. How many customers were aware of the opening of the supermarket through at least two of the three modes of advertisement used?
So we only
So
use one here.
At
would we have to
least
add the
all the
19, 16, 25, and 27
yes. She's right.
where they intersect?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
answers.
Why?
Because that would represent who um use both
Yeah,
or
at
use
least two.
more than one meat.
More than one, yeah. So she's right. The thing is that if we look at 59 means they only use one. They only got it through one way. Alright? 63 for I means that they only got it through one way. It was internet. 78 means they only got it through one way, which was the television. Now when we talk about 19, 19 is that they got it through mail and television. 16 they got it through all three. 27 they got it through internet and television. 25 they got it through mail and internet. So these ones in the middle represent, right? They represent at least two ways. At least two ways. Okay, they represent at least two ways of um at least two ways of getting the advertisement. Okay, so that's why we're gonna add them. So it's gonna be 25 plus 19
19 plus
plus
16
16
plus
plus
27.
27.
Would
That's
that be
gonna be
87?
I don't know. Let me count it.
Because I added manually.
You add it manually. Okay. 25 plus 19 plus 16 plus 27. That's 87.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Make sure I get your Oxford now.
Yeah, so
Make sure
but I just try to like manually,
just
like
the
when I like work out, like to get a better understanding of it, and then go to the calculator to verify.
Sure. But don't do that in your exam.
Oh no, that's gonna take up too much time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so send it in. That's A through H. Send it in A through H. Let's see what you have. Nancy Joseph, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Sound pretty quiet. You with us?
Yeah, remember I came in late. So like
Okay.
when I saw the Venn diagram, I was like, yeah, I'ma just chill and figure it out.
That's good. Take the box seat. Just absorb and learn and just fill it in.
Yeah, and then watch the recording from the beginning to understand it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Love.
right. All right. All right. But it's pretty easy. Ask any one of them. It's like taking candy from a baby. And who said taking candy from a baby was easy? But you know,
Especially when their parents there.
It
especially when
depends on where the baby is.
exactly right. All right. So just like they say, it's as easy as a walk in the park. Ah, depending on which park, right? Okay. So what I want you to do for homework. Oh, um, do this one, and we could do it tomorrow. So tomorrow we can start off with this. So I want you to take a snapshot of that. Do that one for homework. And let me also give you the questions of it too. Okay, can I even add images on this? No, we can't add images. Okay. So do this one for homework. Let me showcase it again. Do this one for homework, and then also let me give it. Let me know when I'm ready. When I can move this, please.
I can see the question.
Okay. All right. Now the questions are the following. So this is what we're gonna do tomorrow. So answer those questions. Send them in before class time, and then we can work on them tomorrow
Well, we have
for
an
tomorrow's class. We haven't, we haven't now, Miss Cooper. I
and
changed my mind.
health, right?
I'm not help. Why would I do health?
Go ahead.
Why would I do health, Miss Cooper?
Mr. Petit, can you go back to the previous list of questions?
Because when
The
we
previous.
started school, we always used to do health first.
And then used to duck out.
Who used to duck out? Miss Petit.
You.
I already have
No, the list of questions we just completed. I want to
Listen,
take,
that we just.
yes.
That's the previous one. So this is going to be.
Mr. Petit, one question.
Who's there speaking?
Jaden,
Yes, go ahead, Jaden.
are you getting these papers from?
Where am I getting the papers from?
Yes, sir.
Oh, easy, from markworksheetforkids.com. Let me give you the website.
That's for kids.
Yeah, that's for kids.
The
It's for
first day I
kids.
see you using this, I already find it.
For kids. But to get these, you have to pay subscription. This is a good thing for you to get if you have the money to do the subscription. It really helps for practice. So if you could get the subscription, that'll be good. Um, like I say, these are the easy stuff.
When you get that subscription, someone teaching you it.
No, they just giving you the question and the answers.
Also, you get the subscription.
Yeah, that's why I'm able to give you the answers to them.
Oh,
But of course, we work through them. They just give you the answer. So if you don't know how to get it, you know, dog eat your lunch and dinner. But it's really good. It's a really good platform.
can I see the website? Thing again, please.
Math worksheet for kids. So what they give us in the BGCSE and BJC is for kids.
They wish.
Back to my question earlier.
Yeah.
When they was the first one, they say some people take statistics, some people take linear algebra in high school. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Is it true that they calculus too?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Calculus for sure. Calculus for sure. Um, the educational system over here is really far behind. Really far behind. I learned that the hard way. When I went to
I
college,
know, right? I hate it.
um, the things that we was doing in college, my teacher did in he did that in grade like 11, 12, you know, and we just was learning that in university, and he did it from long time. So he was from Africa though. So their system, their math system especially, is really really good in some parts.
No,
They focus on the STEM program.
it's
They
really the
they focus on the STEM.
Asian countries.
Yeah, Asian too. Asian too. The Chinese is also good, and also European. European.
And
Like
that's where
Belgium. But remember, we dumb it down. You remember we that's why we do the BGCSE because kind of make it easier. But if we was doing the GCSE, um, it'd have been harder. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be harder. BGCSE is gonna be harder than what it is. Um, they really give us the easy stuff, and even GCSE is still easy. Anyway,
but aren't
that's
we
besides
supposed
the
to be
point.
under like the British
Yeah, that's why we have G.
system?
That's why we have BGCSE. That's from UK, but it's not in the UK. They have GCSE. GCSE. Um, that's harder than the BGCSE. The BGCSE is the watered down version of that.
Or
But even
is
the
that because that a lot of things in relatives ask?
not only that, I think it's more so they also considering our level too. We and the system that we have.
You mean like
So
our
yeah, that's the thing.
facility?
Yeah, more so like that. And how much is practical to cover, in a given semester or stuff like that.
Mr. Billy, quick question, right? So let's say I apply to college in London, like, in the European side, I would have to go through like another, let's say like
Another
preparatory, like,
if you did well in the BGCSE, taking
hmm
the GCSE wouldn't be a far step. It would be close, but you still have to do some extra studies. Like some things that we don't cover. Like we don't
So it's
do.
like the BGCSE extended.
Like what?
Yeah, extended.
Like
Yeah.
what all things we don't cover over here.
Um, like they would have it on the okay. Let me see. For example, in math, right? Um, certain things we would only go to a certain extent. We wouldn't go farther. We wouldn't go further in it. We just would leave it. Um, a good way to see the GCSE syllabus is just go on YouTube and type in GCSE math. There's a playlist. Let me show you it. There's a playlist that GCSE math. Let's see. This playlist with 123 thing that is showing you what they learn, and this is helpful for BJC, um but we don't go that in depth. Let me see if something that we like this one we don't do rationalizing the denominator. Y'all don't do that. Um,
So what days do?
uh, no, we just don't cover that. We just don't cover that part. That we don't cover that. Um, completing the square, that's not tested in the BJC in the BGCSE. You don't complete square in that exam. Finding the nth term, we don't do that. What else we don't do? There's all the different stuff, man. Let's see. Simultaneous equations, mathematical proof of algebraic identities. We don't do that. Disproving statements by counterexamples. We don't do that. Yeah, there's different stuff that we don't do. Okay, anyway, let's go on to to general science. So you're gonna go on to general science and then go on to health. So for those persons who are not for general science and health, you can leave now. Make sure send me the notes that make sure send me the notes for tonight with the marks, okay? But have a good
Okay.
night and I'll
Thank
see
Very
you
good
you.
night,
tomorrow.
Maurice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mr. Badi,
Yeah.
how does the GCSE compete with the SAT?
That's a good question. For me personally, I think the SAT is harder. In some respect, they close. And I say that because it's very close. Both of them are difficult exam. But if I had to do it, I think I would have do better in the GCSE than the SAT. Because SAT is time, like you have to be moving fast. GCSE, you have to be moving fast, but you could kind of, there's a lot of wiggle room. But SAT, I mean, whew, especially that SAT mark, you have to be moving, like moving. And so I would
You
say,
remember what you score on it?
what? SAT?
Yeah, on the SAT.
I didn't do SAT. I didn't do SAT. And
Oh,
my school over here, so I didn't.
you don't even
No.
try it like just for to
No.
see how far you can get.
I mean, I should do it now that you say it, but I didn't bother. Um, but it's time based, heavy time based. All right.
I'm doing
Kennedy, you say you doing it?
it. I say I don't blame you for not doing GC or SAT.
No, I mean, looking back, well, that's true. I mean, it was a lot on my plate at that time, so not taking that was a relief.
There's some people
Um,
taking the SAT and the MCAT.
SAT, MCAT, yeah, they used to do that. I mean, if you plan on going abroad to school, then yeah, that's what you do. Today is Tuesday. All right, so today is Tuesday, the what? The 1st of February. You can imagine that. All right, February is the best month. Just saying.
Not exactly.
That's cap.
Just saying. I was just saying. Just saying.
I figured that your birthday in this month.
Yep, better
Let's
right.
figure that.
Let me guess the 10th.
No.
So we gonna
12?
date off.
Oh,
23rd.
that's true. No. Should we have class on my birthday?
That's up
No,
to
I
Oh,
you.
my
think you should
birthday.
enjoy.
No.
You should
Invite
enjoy
My
me.
your
birthday.
day.
That's your day to chill.
My,
For real?
Yeah,
but my birthday on a
you should.
Sunday though, so it doesn't matter.
Then no class Monday. you should. You should be
No,
out.
no, 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 no. All right, all right. So we're gonna do general science, and we're gonna look at ecology, right? Now, when we say ecology, that's anyone have any idea of the stuff that's inside ecology? Like, what's the ideas, what's the topic, what's the terminologies inside those things? Ecology.
The energy cycle,
Yeah, and stuff like energy cycles, stuff like food chains, food webs, habitat, community, predators,
nitrogen
those type of
cycle,
stuff. Nitrogen, say it again.
the nitrogen cycle,
Nitrogen cycle, nitrogen cycle in ecology. Why you connect that there?
because it has to do with plants too.
Because of the plants. I wouldn't readily connect the nitrogen cycle to it. Um, I would say the carbon cycle, sure. I mean,
And
I guess we could fit in.
the soil need nitrogen too, right?
Yeah, the soil need nitrogen. Um, I mean, I guess we could put that inside. Yes, I guess we could put that inside the study of ecology too. Um, but that's not like the first thing that comes to mind when I think about ecology though. Someone is trying to come in? No. Okay, so alright, so let's move on. So let's start off with a formal definition of ecology. Sean. Wayne, I'm not Wayne, Vontae, Sean, Chantel, Kenan, Jerry, Joseph, Elvano, Dylan, Daniela, Daniela Rule, Rakia Neely, and Anna K. Riley. I'm not receiving notes from you all. Please ensure that you send me some notes, please. I'm not receiving anything from you all. Make sure that you send me some notes before the night is out. That's yesterday and today, please. Alright, so what is ecology? Alright, so formally, ecology is, we say it's the study of the relationship, between the plants and animals with their environment. Alright, so we're going to look at the relationship between plants and animals and their environment. So what relationship do plants and animals have among themselves? Alright, and what relationship do these organisms have with the environment?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am?
As pollution is a part of ecology?
Pollution, yeah, we could say that in its broad sense. Not in more, yeah, in its broad sense, because then pollution affects the environment, and if it affects the environment, then they're gonna affect, the environment is where these plants and animals live, so it's gonna affect that. So ecology could fit into that as well.
All right, thank you.
So another terminology is the biosphere, right? And what is the biosphere? Anyone have any idea of the biosphere? Biosphere?
That's where the satellites is.
Yeah. It starts from where?
You know the satellite things in the ionosphere.
Biosphere. Biosphere is what I'm talking about.
Shouldn't that be like on the ground?
No, biosphere. Biosphere starts from the Earth's crust and it extends up into the upper atmosphere. All right, that's the biosphere. So living organisms. So birds would be considered a part of the biosphere because even though they don't always live on the Earth's crust, they do not extend over the upper atmosphere. So living organisms exist from the Earth's crust, that's the surface of the Earth, to the upper limit of the atmosphere. Now this space and the organisms that live there is called the biosphere. Now this is also called another word that we also use for biosphere is, anyone know another terminology, another word that we use for biosphere? This space is sometimes called, anyone know another word for biosphere?
Atmosphere?
Ecosphere. Okay.
That's close.
All right. So, but the area on the outside, the area outside the biosphere is called what's the area outside of the biosphere?
Outer space.
Outer space. Terminology, word.
Vacuum.
Say vacuum. Now you deep into physics. Simple, none complex.
Cosmos.
Cosmos. Alright, it's called the exosphere.
Just a petite question. Ryan, can I
What's
show
up?
you know this screenshot on laptop again?
You could take a screenshot.
Yeah, true, because I had to write this on the start.
No.
I forget that screenshot on laptop.
Oh. You see the Windows button?
Is that?
Press that and then hold that down and press PRTSC. That's right after F12. After F12 is the print screen button. So hold
And that's a
the
short
Windows,
version.
hold the Windows button
Yeah,
and then
thank you,
press
sir.
again. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so just to give you some imagery, when we say biosphere, we're referring to stuff that's on the Earth's crust. So let me show you this example. So the biosphere would contain those stuff at the bottom, so like the roots, the dead skeleton, and then stuff. It also contains the hydrosphere, the water and stuff, and also our atmosphere. All right. Now, when we go outside of that, so let's see, there's another one. The biosphere basically contains all the stuff that we commonly know and interact with. Marine organisms, birds, animals, vegetation, ground, dead animals. This would be called the biosphere. All right. Let's see what they have here for definition. All right. The biosphere, which includes the ground, the air, is categorized as the region. Is the region of the planet where organisms live. The biosphere is defined as the region on, above, and below the Earth's surface where life exists. Okay, and that's why that makes sense. I mean, biosphere, like it makes sense. Bio means what?
So is it a sphere because Earth is round?
No, not in that
Or
sense.
elliptical?
Elliptical, right? No, not in that sense. In the sense that only in the sense of a space. So we say sphere not because of its shape, but because we just use that. That's just like saying space. Or this is my space, or this is her space. It's like in the sense
But
of
a sphere is normally known as a sphere.
I know, but it's not because of the spherical shape of the earth. It's just terminology for space because I mean think about it. The biosphere is not literally a sphere.
I mean, technically it's an elliptical, but
Yeah, I know, right? Technically. Um, okay, but let's stay in grade 9 work. Mr. Bethel. Um, anyway, so this is what we mean by bios. It's biosphere because bio means life. All right, so biosphere is the space where living things are, where they live, where they interact,
do
and
they
and
count non-living things too?
Yeah, they count non-living things like dead plants and animals and stuff like that.
But what counts as living?
7 characteristics of living things. Okay. All right. Where are we? Okay, so outside of that is the exosphere. All right. Now this extends. This is the area. Sorry, this area that extends into outer space. All right. So we got to understand what is ecology. Now let's do terminology. So the first terminology we're going to be looking at is habitat. So what do we mean by habitat?
An
Where these
environment
plants and animals reside.
The
Where
plants
the
and animal
plants
live.
yeah, where they live. Okay. So habitat is a particular. Now, okay, let me just mention something for a moment. If this was an environment, well, let's say this is the biosphere, right? Where would we put a habitat? Would a habitat be outside or inside?
Inside the sphere.
Inside.
Inside the biosphere, right? So a habitat is a particular portion, right, of an environment. Okay. So say for example we have
Sorry,
an
Miss Sandy,
environment.
can you go back to that last slide for a second, please?
Definitely, I can go back. So if we have an environment, say we have like let's say the jungle or the Sahara Desert or
We in the
more. Let's say
Bahamas. We have a mangrove.
okay. Let's use a Bahamian example. Okay, so let's say for example we have
I
let's
finished.
use a let's use a sandy shore example, or let's say the beach, the let's use a seashore example. So that's our environment, that's our ecosystem, right there. A particular habitat for, let's say, a particular habitat for crabs would be where in the beach environment.
Holes.
Yeah, in them holes. You can find them in holes underneath rocks, right? Those would be the places where we'd find the crabs. So the exact place where we find the crabs, that's the habitat for the crabs. That's where the crabs live. And that habitat is a part of a larger environment. Okay? So habitat is a particular place within the biosphere or within the environment. That's important. And the reason why, sorry, I spelled environment wrong. And the reason why the animal is gonna live there is because what? Why do you think that the animal is gonna live there?
Shelter, food.
Shelter, food, right? So because it provides all the what? The resources that the organism need to survive. They're not gonna go to a habitat, or they're not gonna make something their habitat if it's not conducive to life and survival. Okay? So it provides all the resources that the
But
organism
we doing that
need to
because
survive.
we go on the Mars.
Because we go on because we go into Mars. I mean, hey, we're different from the animals, man. But still, even when we go there, right, we still are going to try and make it such that such that um such that it's conducive to our life and sustainability and stuff like that. So habitat is a particular place in the environment. It provides all resources that the organism needs to survive. It's like a fish. A fish is not going to live in the desert, right? Fish live in what? In the water. They live where they could thrive and live and survive. And that's why you have animals who end up migrating. Why would they migrate from one habitat to the next?
The previous one no longer has the resources to stay in them.
Exactly. The previous ones don't. The previous habitat don't have the resources, either food, shelter, or whatever. Or it may contain some, some dangerous predator that they're saying, hey, listen, we need to move. The temperature might be too hot, the temperature might be too cold, right? So there's different reasons. But a habitat, if they're gonna make something, their habitat is gonna be a place where they it's gonna have the resources that they need to survive. So these include resources that they need to survive. These include food, light, soil, water, wind, temperature, mineral, mineral salts, and shelter. Now there are different types of habitats. There are different types of habitats. For example, we have the pond, a river, an ocean, a rainforest, talked about it before, the desert, and cave. Okay. Now an organism must they remain in one habitat for the rest of their life?
No, so.
Must they? Okay. So at different periods, they could move from one habitat to the next, right? Give me an example of an animal that would start off in one habitat, but as it grows older, it moves.
Tadpoles.
Caterpillar.
Yeah, tadpoles, yeah. They start off in the water, but then as they grow older, they move because they grow older and they don't have to live in the water no more.
Don't
So
most mammals do that.
Mammals tend to stay in their same habitat, Like say for example, a panda. So a baby panda is born. They born in that, rainforest.
That's more
They
like
ain't
a
gonna move.
reptile thing or something.
You mean I'm on amphibian? Yeah, mostly them because they kind of funny. Every little minute they changing. Um, Mammals are pretty straightforward
Yeah,
creatures.
and
They
because a lot of them is start out on the land, but they end up in the water to survive, and then they come back on land when they big enough.
Exactly. They funny bad. So I never did like reptiles. Reptiles and amphibians. Ugh. An organism can live at a specific um, place at different stages of its life. Right. So that's habitat. So the habitat is a key word. It's a particular place in the environment. Another key word that we need to know is community. Community. What is a community?
When
A
more
group
than
of
one
people that live in
same
a same
species
area.
in the area.
I like that. Same species. All right. Same species. Very important when you talk about community. Um. So. So where would the community be? Would the community be? So let's do this again. Let's do the whole scenario again. So we have um this, this, and this. So label biosphere, habitat, and community. Which one would be the biosphere? Which one would be the habitat? Which one would be the community?
The biosphere will be the outside.
The biosphere would be the outside. Very good.
Habitat will be like in the inside.
Yes, habitat would the inner one or the second inner?
Inner one. No, the second inner. Yeah.
The second one, so this habitat.
And then in the middle is the community.
Is the community, yeah. Okay. Good. So the community is formed within organisms of that particular habitat. Right? Okay, so let's do that. So community. So community is a group of plants and animals that interact with each other. Notice that it is the living part of an ecosystem. That's very important. It's the living section. It's the living part of the ecosystem. In an animal ecosystem, sorry, not ecosystem, in an animal, well, let's say in an animal ecosystem, not ecosystem, but in animal communities, what do you think is going to happen? If you have a community of animals and you have finite resources, what's going to end up happening?
They're killing each other.
Migrate.
Competition, right? Right?
Yeah, competition for
Competition.
resources.
Yeah, competition. So in animal communities, we can have competition. So the greatest or the fittest survive, right? It's like they say, survival of the fittest. So in animal communities, the competition for food, what else do they compete for?
Water.
Mates.
Yes, mates. Yep. Who gets the mates?
The woman.
The alpha male.
The one who is the strongest, the one who is most daring, right? The one who's willing to go the extra mile.
The one who down
Mates
bad.
with nestling sites, as well as
Water.
so we can have competition for food, mates, nestling sites, competition for water, right? All these things also help to limit population growth. So one thing eating the next thing, and this one being eaten from the next one, that helps to limit how much the population grows. Because the population of rats will grow indefinitely if it wasn't for things that eat the rat. If you understand what I mean? Population
You
of
mean if it wasn't for us?
as well, I mean, moving right along, as well as
No, because you remember the black plague? Because he doesn't look like there's eating no rats.
susceptibility. Um, yeah, we play the omnivore game as well. So susceptibility to disease will help to limit population growth. So the population is going to be limited. The growth of the population is going to be limited because either they're gonna get killed, from another animal or from animals within their own, um, or either they're gonna get some disease. All right, because they're susceptible to disease, and those things will help to limit um, how much of them we have. So if we were to draw a diagram, we would put here, let me do this diagram on the board. It's going to be ecosystem. All right, ecosystem, habitat. Habitat is what? Living or non-living?
Both.
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 How habitat could be living? Non-living. That is the place where they live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The place where the organisms live. And then we have the community. Living or non-living?
Living.
Living.
But are we really living though if we make up with the same things as the non-living?
We are living. Most definitely we are. Living things, non-living things um, they cannot reproduce. They cannot excrete. They cannot respire. They cannot um, intake energy. Um, Basically, the seven characteristics of living things. And even if they could do some of them, they cannot do all. So you're defined as living if you're able to do all of the seven characteristics of living things. So we definitely are living. We definitely have something different than things that are just non-living. So community is going to be the group of organisms that live and interact with each other. Okay, so that's the connection. Okay, so do we have any more time left?
8:31.
8:31. Okay, so we have to move on to health science.
We got all the time in our life.
We got all the time in the world, eh? Yes, you're right.
Yeah, until we die, we get all the time.
All the time, yeah, that's true. All right, send these
Hey,
notes for
and
me, please.
even after that, we get eternity. So.
Exactly. That's so true. Time is never issue. The only issue is willingness, right? All right, so let's move on. Miss Cooper, you here?
Maybe.
I hope you're taking notes.
Oh well.
Say for what?
I say of what? I wait
Of
on him.
this. You eating on health?
I
Remember, you
was
have to
I
take.
was watching. I was
You
watching.
was watching TV. Eh? I know,
I
I
said I
know.
was watching. I was looking at the
Yeah.
screen. I was talking with the habitat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
latest TV, but I layers in
What
it.
layers? What layers
Definition
thing?
of community, Cooper.
The thing where the habitat was on the second thing I would layer thingy thing.
What thingy thing? I ain't never say nothing but thingy thing.
Yes,
I
where
never
you had
say.
them circles or
I
something like
never
that.
say. I
It wasn't
never
for
say
me
nothing
to
but
know, that's
thingy.
fine. Because explain it.
I never say nothing but thingy thing. I never say nothing but her. All right. So finally, for Miss Cooper, who can't wait to exit this class. Um, we're looking at um, we're still on deficiency diseases, right? We said that there are different categories of diseases. The first category that we talked about at length last time was what? What category of disease we talked about?
Deficiency.
Last
The
class?
first one that we talked about.
Hereditary.
The first
Hereditary disease.
hereditary, yeah, hereditary. That's the first one we talked about. This time, this go around, we're gonna continue talking about give me one moment, let me find the file. We're gonna continue talking about deficiency diseases. Now, the thing about it is this, right? Which one is worse in your opinion? Deficiency or hereditary?
Hereditary.
Who said hereditary?
I mean,
And why do you
I
say that?
agree because you, at least with
yeah,
the
I
deficiency, you have the option of becoming non-deficient. But with
Uh-huh.
hereditary, you don't really get a choice in that.
Yeah, hereditary you ain't got okay. So so you're saying that um hereditary you can you have no choice in the sense that you were born with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really not your fault, right?
No.
Um
True.
Deficiency disease, what I really was looking for too in the answer is that at least for deficiency disease you could do something about it, right? I
Yep.
mean if you're deficient in
yeah.
some nutrient, just get the nutrient and you'll be straight. But hereditary disease is like boy, it's usually a sentence, a death sentence. And so yeah, it's crazy, man. All right, so deficiency disease in general are easier to deal with. The last thing we did was anemia, and we didn't move on from that, right?
No, sir.
They get any common
Yes,
sense
also.
No,
deficiency
sir.
disease?
Mr. Bassel, I don't know. Maybe if you write your own book, you could put that in. Ah, that's funny though. All right, the next one is goiter, right?
Yes, sir.
It's spelled two different ways. Anyone know what this is a deficiency of?
That's thyroid
Iodine.
gland.
Thyroid gland, but what's the mineral?
The
What's
iodine.
the
That's what the
cause?
man say.
Iodine. Very good. Oh man.
Mr. Beth. That's what he say.
Oh, Mr. Bethel. Okay, he's right. The lack of iodine. Okay, the lack of the mineral iodine. Where we could. So that affects the
Thyroid gland.
thyroid gland. So what does it cause in terms of the thyroid gland? What
Swelling
does
of the
it
neck.
cause?
Swelling of the neck. Yeah, yeah.
Swelling of it. Yeah. So causes. So if you don't have this table already, construct it, please. If you already have it, then we just continuing. But this causes, sorry, the effect on the body, sorry, is that it causes swelling. I'm so sorry. I don't understand why this thing all jumpy. Okay, let me do something. Let's see if we have it like this. Ay. Okay, I'll have to keep it like this, okay? So, let me do something. So, causes swelling of the thyroid gland. Where's the thyroid gland located?
In the throat.
In the throat? In your throat?
Yeah.
Where's the thyroid gland? It ain't in your throat.
No, it ain't I can't. It on
Your
the tip of
neck.
my tongue. I can't remember though.
It's on your neck, right? What is the
It's like
shape
the
of the thyroid?
trachea.
It's in the trachea area. What's the shape of the thyroid gland?
I don't know.
The
Like a
circular
Mickey Mouse ass or something.
Mickey Mouse says. That's a good one. It's shaped like a butterfly. So this causes swelling of the thyroid gland and affects metabolism, which involves several important processes. One of which is the speed at which the body converts food to usable energy.
So that's the ATP to ADP.
Say it again.
The saying is that's the ATP to ADP.
ATP to ADP? No.
Is that the sugar
Food
to
into
ATP?
sugar to usable energy. That's respiration. Remember, respiration
But you
we
say
take in.
but usable energy, and then usable energy comes in the form of ATP.
Yeah, ATP. Yeah, ATP. That's respiration, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so alright, so it's called the swelling. Let me show you. I hate to do this. If you can't take it, just close your eyes. But this is how goiter look. Alright. Images. Oh boy. This is how it looks. Okay. It affects the thyroid. Anyone have ever seen anyone like this before?
Yeah.
You've seen in real life?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the. I saw this in someone, but I thought it was because the person screamed a lot. Right?
Wait, what?
No, I
Really?
was young. Yeah, I was young, so I was like, this person liked to talk and scream, so that's probably why they get it. But apparently it's because of lack of iodine. Let me show you the thyroid gland. So thyroid gland, normal thyroid gland. Um, this is right there. That's why I say it's shaped like a butterfly. This is your thyroid gland right there. Normally, all right. But imagine this thing swelling, right? Interesting, right? So this is what swells and causes that thing to be like that. This small thing is so important. It's very important regulation.
It
Right,
regulates
so
your hormones.
hormones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know hormones. I know that
So which one to
the
regulate the growth hormones?
pituitary gland. That's the one in the brain. So, but thyroid gland just deals with metabolism and making sure that um everything is going properly. What where can we find iodine though?
Liver.
Salt.
Say liver. Someone just eat
Starch.
liver.
Salt.
Salt is a main one,
Fish.
and fish. Yeah, salt and fish. They are they are the common examples that they like for you to put salt and
Right.
fish. They
Y'all
like for
sure
you to
y'all
know.
never saw iodine over here?
Say it again.
I say if y'all sure y'all see iodine, someone with goiter over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
mean because of
Being
fish?
salt is salt.
Oh, it's either fish and salt. Like
Yeah, but it's
Sounds
very
like there's
important.
one how they breed.
But hey, fortified salt. You ever seen the salt which says iodinize?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
down.
see that.
Okay.
Okay, so that ain't just sodium chloride.
No, not just sodium chloride. No, it have to be fortified. Um, this one saying eggs too and milk. Um, and alcohols, right? Interestingly enough.
Alcohols?
Yeah.
I was just about
I thought alcohol was bad for you.
I mean, I'm not. This is not a injunction to drink alcohol. Okay. Neither is this an injunction to
Okay,
eat
table
fish,
spoon.
because I'm a vegan. But
I mean, but
um,
eggs, right?
but this is the examples that the book give. So um, and I've seen this in the BJC too. They like you to know fish and salt for sure. They like you to know them one.
That's the main
For
ones.
yeah, they're the main ones. The fish and the salt is the main ones.
You have to be specific with what type of salt. Specific.
No, they
Specific.
they just add salt in there, so it wasn't a big deal. But we know that it's specific. It's a specific salt. Iodinized salt. Okay, moving right along, we have scurvy, and scurvy is gonna be as a result of what?
Also was talked about last week, scurvy.
Yes, it's a result of a lack of vitamin.
Vitamin C.
Yeah, vitamin C. Vitamin C. And everybody know where we can get vitamin C from.
Yup.
Oranges.
Yeah, oranges.
Orange.
Oranges. But oranges comes from a larger class of fruits, which we call what?
Citrus fruits.
Citrus.
Citrus. Yeah, citrus fruits. Strawberries
And broccoli.
and broccoli. Okay, next up is what's the problem? Like what's
Something to do with the gums.
yeah.
Bleeding
Bleeding
gums.
gums. Does it
You
bleed?
say swelling, yes, swelling. So swelling in the gums. All right. Then we have night
So
blindness. Say it again.
it don't bleed or just swell?
Yeah, it does bleed. It does bleed.
Okay.
Let's show an image. Oh boy, I hate doing this. But there we go
You
again.
don't have to read.
You don't gotta kill our eyes. We good. We good.
A picture is worth more than 1,000 words, they
Okay.
say.
No, we
So
understand.
close your eyes if you can't take it. Ay, ay, ay. Scurvy.
Oh
Let me
my
do clip art.
god.
That's some good chocolate tea.
Okay, so please do not make fun of my images, please. Leave them alone. Okay, so this is a good one.
Them just don't look as bad as them other side.
Yeah, these, I mean, I don't want to go too deep, but ay, 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 let me not do that. Okay, so that's scurvy. Alright, so moving right along. So the next one is, yeah, I hate to do this before bedtime. Night blindness. That's a lack of what?
Vitamin A.
Vitamin A. Lack of vitamin A. Where could we find vitamin A?
Carrots.
Yep, that's what they always tell us.
Carrots.
Carrots.
And is it outside to see better?
Yeah. What other things like what specifically inside carrots that helps us with the vitamin A? That we
Seeing
could
better.
also find in other things too.
You jog my memory, but it ain't going nowhere.
It
Exactly.
ain't going well. Remember beta carotene. Beta carotene. Okay, this. So
My
this
head
is
is
what
flat.
gives. This is not only in carrots, It's also in It's also in anything orange. Having the orange, kind of like say for example, sweet potato also have the beta carotene. Yeah,
Um, what that thing is? Mangola.
mangola. So let's see. Source of vitamin A, mangoes. They say the color beta carotene. Papaya, carrots. That's the beta carotene in these stuff.
Meat,
Mangoes.
melon,
Yeah,
the honeydew
beta
melon.
carotene. All right. So
Okay.
okay. So let's move on. So let's record it. So carrots. Liver, interestingly enough, milk, eggs, and mango.
Z, your mic on
Yes.
mute. Oh.
My mic is muted or not?
I was talking to Zaria.
Oh, okay, Zaria. Okay. Okay. Next up. Okay, so what does it cause?
Can't see at night.
Yeah, loss of sight at night. Okay, moving right along is anyone have any other ones?
Vitamin B deficiency.
Yeah, the vitamin B's. Yeah, we come into that one. How about berry?
I never could say it. It was Bari, or something like that.
Um,
I know
all
that's
right.
vitamin B deficiency because it started with B.
Yeah, vitamin B. All right, so a lack of vitamin. Which specific one though?
B12.
Not B12. B1. You'd like to talk about this B12 deficiency, boy?
It is a real thing.
Blueberry.
So vitamin B, the vitamin Bs, they are responsible for anything like your nervous system. Really helps with those ones. So a lack of it causes problems with the nervous system. So this causes various problems to the nervous system and affects how messages travel through the nerves. Okay. Um,
That sounds like a
the vitamin.
vitamin B12 deficiency.
Yeah, it sounds like I said. The B vitamins work in a similar way. I ain't gonna lie to you. They kind of have the same. I wouldn't say exact same function, but very similar intersections. Very similar intersection functions. They deal with the nervous system and those sort of stuff. So that's why it's important to get your peanuts in,
Oats.
oats, whole wheat, yeah, and rice. Okay, so the last deficiency that we'll talk about tonight before we call it an end.
Did we do Kwashiorkor yet?
That's exactly the next one. Exactly the last one. Alright. Okay, and that one is a lockup. A lockup. Anyone?
I can tell you. I just know the name.
Pregnancy.
No. The one
Violent.
that you always accuse me of.
Being what, the vegan one? Being vegan?
Yeah, the vegan one. Yeah, what's that?
Meat?
I being wealthy.
Nah.
No, y'all always people always say when you stop eating meat, what they say?
Protein?
Where you get
Protein?
protein? Yeah. Protein, yeah, protein. So kawashi core
I was thinking
is a
that.
lack of it's a lack of protein. Um, so this person, so we can talk about the facts. This person suffering from this disease has puffy ankles.
And wrist.
Puffy, yeah, and wrist. Because remember, what is protein used for?
Building
Growth and
muscle.
repair. Yeah, growth and repair. It's a very important thing to remember. They always ask that type of question. Protein, always remember, protein is used for growth and repair of tissues and cells. That's what they love to ask that question. All right. So a person suffering for this would have puffy ankles. Yeah, and rest. Thinning hair. They would also have a large stomach. Why would they have a large stomach?
I know
Due
they
to
can't
what?
control their fluid.
No, due to the enlargement of something. Something's gonna get bigger.
Their
The
stomach.
the liver and slowed mental development.
You mean to
Now
tell
this
me the
one,
liver can get that big?
yeah. If it don't get cured, what could happen?
Yeah.
You could turn into broccoli.
It can lead to death.
So how you supposed to cure it?
Get more protein, sis?
Eat more meat.
No, not necessarily meat. Uh,
Chickpeas.
yeah.
You could die and turn into one tree. So all the trees you could eat.
At least I turned into a tree and not an animal. Anyway, source of protein: meat, fish, eggs. Don't forget the
Chickpeas,
plant-based
any
ones.
type of bean.
Beans, yes, and legumes. Okay.
Legumes.
Asterisk. This is just my note. This is not their note, but plant-based diet works. Just saying.
It's very
Just had to put
biased.
that there. Very biased, right? Very biased. All right, so that's it with the deficiency diseases. So which nutrient are you lacking? Which
I
one?
really don't know.
I have no idea. Vitamin C.
You lacking the one
I don't
that
like nothing because I take multivitamin every day.
I
you
telling
take
you.
multivitamin.
Yeah,
Take
same.
multivitamin. Okay, so this is the
Boy.
Kawashikoa. Due to
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I said. You mean to tell me the liver could get that big?
I mean, they say it's due to enlargement of the liver. I don't know if that's That's solely the liver being
And why they only could find black kids?
that's
Brown.
unknown.
Thank you. Thank you.
Them Asian countries, I think they only find black
Racist,
kids.
right?
Let's see.
I tell you.
Let's see. It develops in those iron deficient of protein. It occurs in large, yeah, liver. That's the liver. Wow,
Liver could grow that big.
We'll get into
it's
that.
crazy.
It can be like pregnant.
Sure, that ain't
Yeah,
cancer.
I tell you. For real. What
yeah,
livers get that big?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Is it only
Enlarged
the liver
liver.
or something else?
That's something to see. I see right now. Yeah, they keep on saying liver. Mm-hmm.
So it's a
They
tumor.
keep on saying the liver.
So technically it's like a tumor then in the stomach.
No, that's not a tumor. It's a swelling. Yeah, it's an
So
enlarged
why
liver
is my name
characterized by
pregnant though?
edema. It looked like thing. Yeah, it's the liver that's enlarged. But I think all that might be also fluid too. I think also fluid as well. Loss of generalized edema. Yeah. Okay. So they're saying generalized edema or swelling. So it may not only be the liver that's enlarged, because they say generalized swelling, but the liver is enlarged too. So that enlargement is due to
Oh,
the
so
liver.
it's like a chain reaction. So since the liver
That's the
inflaming other things, they getting
other
other
things.
things
Yeah,
inflamed, and
yeah. But it looks like primarily the liver though. Like although other things have its effect as well, the key characteristic is that the
is
liver is
that
enlarged.
it only happens in the black kids.
So the
No.
liver's one of the main things that
I
it talks
agree.
about.
Liver is one of the main organs that's enlarged, especially when it comes to um
Younger children?
Black
no,
people.
especially when it comes to this particular disease. You want to make sure you know that it's the liver that's enlarged. That's one of the key things that they they test for. All right, or that they're emphasizing. But yeah, it's strange that anyway. I don't want to get into the white black movement, but it's interesting. Anyway, let me move on. Okay, so what I want you to do for homework is I want you to um
I mean, it cut you off, Mr. Petite, but
yeah,
you realize I never saw a black fetus,
Know what I
a
mean?
black.
a black fetus inside the womb.
You never saw you never saw a
Yeah.
black fetus. Anyway,
Look like it's saying.
homework is the following. Um, pick a deficiency disease, any of your choice, and this state. Give me 3 countries that has the highest population of that particular disease.
Alright, bet. Easy peasy.
So pick a deficiency disease of your choice and give me three countries that has the highest
What if the
of that
same
deficiency.
country have like the same
Amount.
ones, like
Okay, well select
high
any of the top
deficiency?
three. I want the most prevalent. So the top three.
Alright.
Okay. So if there's a
Well,
tie,
all
still.
of them must be could be Africa anyway.
Exactly.
Hey, Square.
Well, anyway. Oh, you mean even if it's repeated? Yeah, that's fine.
So what if I can
All
find
right.
one country?
One country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But I want three. I want the top three.
Alright, then I can try
The top
that.
three. The top three. It should be more. It's definitely gonna be more than one country affected with that. All right. So that's us. So please send in the notes for me and the notes for general and health.
Alright, sir.
And I'll see you on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. And so take care. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right.
You
Take
do?
care. Good night. Good night.
Alright.
Good night. Good night. Destiny, good night.
Why is it always me? It's Oscar. People say you know.
Good night, Destiny.
That's
I
what
swear to
D.
God, you just got here for no reason. There's other people also here.
Go back
Go back where, Mr. One.
to the notes. I'm gonna take a picture, please.
Okay, no problem.
So
Let me one is quiet today. I barely heard from you.
yeah.
It's more on observation mode.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me I want to end the recording. All right, there we go.